Two Dads, Two Philosophies. When I first picked up Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki, I was intrigued by the concept of learning from two father figures with starkly different approaches to money and life. Kiyosaki's biological father, whom he refers to as Poor Dad, was highly educated, worked hard all his life, but struggled financially. On the other hand, his best friend's father, Rich Dad, was an entrepreneur who dropped out of school but became wealthy through smart investments and business acumen. The importance of financial education. One of the first lessons that hit home was the idea that financial education is crucial. Rich Dad emphasized the importance of understanding money and investing. Unlike Poor Dad, who believed in the traditional path of getting a good education and a stable job, Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki to make money work for him. This challenged me to rethink how I view education, not just as formal schooling but as a continuous journey to learn and understand how money works. Assets versus liabilities. Kiyosaki introduces a simple but powerful concept: know the difference between assets and liabilities. Rich Dad explained that assets are things that put money in your pocket, whereas liabilities take money out. I found this distinction eye-opening because it made me reconsider how I view my purchases. For instance, while a new car might feel like an asset, it's actually a liability because it depreciates and costs money to maintain. The Rat Race. The book describes the rat race as a cycle of working hard to pay bills without really getting ahead financially. Poor Dad was stuck in this cycle, believing that a high salary was the key to financial success. Rich Dad, however, taught Kiyosaki to break free by focusing on building assets. This lesson encouraged me to think about my own financial goals and how I might be inadvertently stuck in my own version of the rat race. Work to learn, not to earn. Rich Dad advised Kiyosaki to work to learn and acquire skills rather than just to make money. This was a radical shift from Poor Dad's perspective, who valued job security. I realized that diversifying skills can open up more opportunities and that sometimes taking a less conventional path offers greater long-term rewards. Overcoming fear and taking risks. Fear of losing money often holds people back from investing. Rich Dad taught that it's important to manage fear and take calculated risks. This lesson resonated with me because it reminded me that being overly cautious can prevent growth. The key is to be informed and prepared, which reduces fear and increases confidence in making financial decisions. The power of corporations. Rich Dad introduced the idea of using corporations to protect wealth and minimize taxes. This was a new concept for me, as Poor Dad's approach was to work for a corporation instead of leveraging one. Understanding the advantages of different ownership structures opened my eyes to new ways of thinking about income and investments. What stayed with me? 1. Financial literacy is key. Understanding money and how it works is essential for financial success. 2. Distinguish between assets and liabilities. Focus on building assets to generate income. 3. Break the rat race cycle. Find ways to create passive income and escape the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. 4. Invest in education beyond schooling. Continuously learn and acquire skills that improve financial intelligence. 5. Embrace risk wisely. Don't let fear paralyze you. Instead, use knowledge to take informed risks. 6. Use corporations to your advantage. Understand how business structures can protect and grow wealth. 7. Don't follow the crowd. Traditional paths may not lead to financial freedom. Be open to alternative routes. 8. Understand taxes and how they affect wealth. Learning about taxes can significantly impact your financial strategy. 9. Work for knowledge, not just for money. Prioritize learning experiences that enhance your financial IQ. 10. Mindset matters. Shifting from a scarcity mindset, Poor Dad, to an abundance mindset, Rich Dad, changes how you approach money and life. Reading Rich Dad Poor Dad was like being gently nudged to reconsider my financial habits and beliefs. It's a book I would recommend to anyone looking to transform their relationship with money and build a more secure financial future.